with today. And welcome to anyone who is here so far. This is going to be an exciting stream. I'm working on the exclusive cover for Zenescope Entertainment to have at Calgary Expo 2019. Woohoo! Go Calgary! So I live here in Calgary, so this is an extra fun one for me to be able to do the cover for Zenescope for the show. And it's a different one. I have never in my life drawn a tractor. And that is my assignment for this time. So we're going to work on drawing a tractor and making their character Robyn Hood as a cowgirl for the show, or a farmer cowgirl look. So there's going to be outfit design, tractor design, all kinds of fun things that I'm going to be working on. So this is the sketch for today. I'm working, the layout has already been approved, and Zenescope, thank you so much, Zenescope, gave me permission to stream the process of the sketch. So that's where I'm at right now. I transferred the layout to full-size paper, and I'm going to be working in full-size for various reasons. If the sketch on this turns out good and I don't need to change anything or move anything, then I'll literally just ink this page. If not, and the paper may be a little bit too mucked up from all of my sketching, then I'll transfer it to board. But over the course of this weekend, my goal, fingers crossed, is from now until Sunday night, anytime that I have to work on it, I will be wrapping up this cover and having it inked and off for flats by Monday. That's my dream big goal. Let's see if I can make it. So yeah, I'm just gonna be working on the design of the tractor and her. And also, you know, this is the time where I work out body issues, anatomy issues. If I screwed something up in the layout, you know, when you're drawing really tiny, things look great. When you blow it up, it starts to look a little wonky. So this is where I'm working all of that stuff out too. So here we go. First things first, I don't know if you saw my Instagram post, but I posted with the skull. Here's the skull, and here's the hat. Now the reason why I have this hat, and this is my hat that I wore the one time I went to the Stampede, which is not something I go to often, but anyway, this is my hat from the Stampede. And the reason why I have it is because I suck at drawing cowboy hats. I just can't do it right off the top of my head. I never remember exactly how they look, and so as such, I really am terrible at it. So I have this as reference so that I can hopefully draw the hat sitting on her head correctly. Lol. Mel, you know, I don't know exactly what Calgary does, Zenescope does for the Calgary Exclusive every time, but this time I was specifically asked to have her drawn in with a tractor and cowboy hat and that sort of look. Hi, Kylie. Hello, Tim Stacy. So I have this hat here as reference because I want to make sure that the hat is sitting on her head correctly. So I'm drawing this. Hello, Hope. I'm drawing this at full 11 by 17 size. I'm trying to wean myself off of a sketch at 8.5 by 11, and then I transfer it to board. So I'm slowly trying to move out of that additional step. Whether or not it's gonna work every single time, yeah. Yes, I know. I hear you, Mel. It is a stereotype. Oh well. So, I am working on trying to actually use this paper for the final. But I've already had to do so much messing around with the look and with her body and her anatomy from the layout. It wasn't quite right. So this paper may have already bitten the dust, and that's very possible, and I'm gonna have to switch it to another one. Hey, Mr. E. Hi, Mark. Yeah. So the thing with hats is that they are made to fit perfectly around the dimensions of your skull, right? And they generally sit right above the ear. Now, they come forward usually with cowboy hats. Again, bear in mind, you guys, I don't go to the Calgary Stampede. I guess I'm a bad Calgarian. I'm not well versed on cowboy hats at all. So I have one here for reference. So I believe that they are supposed to sit directly above your ear, like the top of your ear, and then that you kind of wear them forward in the front. Or at least this thing kind of tips forward a little bit. So anyway, if I'm putting the hat on wrong, anyone who's well versed in cowboy hats and where they sit on the head, by all means feel free to correct me. Yes, I'm still learning how to draw. Hi, Adam. At least I got the camera fixed, so thankfully it's working. And I'm not like in this weird blue haze. Yeah, I'm just an American. Yes, exactly. I really am. I'm a bad Calgarian. So this is the character that they've asked me to draw is Robyn Hood. So Robyn Hood, and it's spelled R-O-B-Y-N, Hood, is one of Zenescope's characters, and she is blonde and has a scar over her left eye. And the scar is going through her eye, and then her one eye is glowing yellow-white. Okay, thank you so much, Mark. That's very helpful. Yeah, she has one wicked eye. That's right. Okay, now, they asked me to do a tractor. So what I'm thinking with the tractor, and I did check with Zenescope if they were okay with this, and they said that was fine. So I'm gonna trick out the tractor. I really don't want it to look like, you know, it could be Bob the Builder sort of thing, you know? So I want to trick out the tractor a little bit. As you can see, I'm planning to put like a big bull's skull head on the top of the tractor. I want to kind of make it somewhat Mad Max, but with Calgary Zenescope farm influence, right? So like here, I know that over the, what's this called? The like mudguard dealio thingy on top of the wheels. That part, I want to put like a big metal handle for no good reason. I want to have like some flags coming off the top of the tractor. I'm going to put like weird cuts and etching into the smokestack. And yeah, I just want to throw some fun shit on it to make it interesting to look at. Yeah, a farm tractor that's just gone nuts, you know? Fender, thank you, Tim. Okay, so it goes over the ears, Mark? Well, anyway, her hair's gonna be here, so we won't really even see whatever of her it's covering. And if it's even reaching the ears or the tops of her ears and stuff like that. That's right, Mel. I'm gonna go like a little bit wild on it. Not so much that there's so much detail on it that, you know, she's having to compete with the tractor. Like she needs to stand out. the character at the end of the day is what the cover is about. But still, putting some fun shit on it will at least make the parts of the tractor that are visible interesting to look at, as opposed to, you know, this is a tractor ad, which obviously it's not. It's a Robyn Hood Zenescope cover. Oh, most girls tuck their ears in. Okay. Okay, so now I need to actually look at this thing before we go too off the deep end. And when I say we, I really mean me, you guys. I'm the one that would do something very terribly wrong here. And so we're seeing her from a little bit underneath. Really, we're kind of seeing the whole tractor from not a worm's eye view, but, you know, shorter. So say you're sitting on a lawn chair and she's looking down talking to you, that kind of situation. Yes, it is a booty cover. She's going to be wearing short shorts. And for those of you on my email list, I was wrong. I said in the email that I was doing a patch on this cover. I am not. I went back and reread my art notes and what I was asked to do, and no, it's a single cover, so there's no alternate, which is nice for me. It's easier. Patches are a little bit more complicated, so I'm happy about it. But anyway, I did put in my email this last week that I was going to be working on a cover with a patch. That is not happening, and that was an error on my part. So for anyone who read the email, I'm sorry about that. I'm not doing a alternate patch. Thanks, Adam. So I'll put something nice and fun right there on her hat. It comes to a point. Like so. Ugh, I'm so bad at drawing hats. Hey Dave, how's it going? All right, well, I am happy with this part of the hat. Like the rim, that looks awesome. Again, awesome bearing in mind that I usually can't draw these for shit. But now I need to get the top right, and it looked really bad. So I need to start over. Trying again, take 2 on the top of the hat. All right. So it goes this, it kind of has an indentation on either side. Comes down to a little bit of a point, goes into another point over there. It's looking like a firefighter's hat. Ooh, snow is finally melting, that's great. We still have snow coming down today. I kind of haven't figured out exactly what I'm gonna do with her back arm yet, so I'm working on that. Oh, thank you, Mel. That is really awesome to hear because, yeah, I'm screwing up here. Okay, so I'm gonna draw her head in and the top of her skull so that I know where everything needs to be. So it's rounding and then it's going up. Good one, Mr. E. You choke me up. I'm making a cowboy hat with an eraser. Yes, there's definitely more erasing than drawing at the moment. I have always just, cowboy hats have been my nemesis. Just never have I managed to like wrap my head around them. They make no sense to me. As you guys can see, I don't have a cowboy bone in my body. And that could go wrong in so many ways. But that is the truth. Okay. All right. So now I've got the back of the hat, and it rounds around like so. Maybe there'll be like an indentation in the hat right there. I have a hat right here, and this is kind of what I'm using. All right, and then I personally don't care for drawing in the lips completely. I handle it in the coloring, so they're gonna be pretty minimal. As you can see, I don't even finish that side. I may give her a dimple, I may not. It's just this is a lot of cheek space right here. So sometimes dimples look really nice on pieces like this. And I'm gonna have the wind going this way because, you know, her hair is not extremely long. So what I do is I just kind of am gonna have her hair going this way. And the reason why is because you gotta think about what the hair would be covering if you move the wind direction somewhere else. So in this way, I have plans for the smokestack right here. I don't really have plans for right here when you can see through the window. So like because we're looking at the tractor from a slightly low angle, this is the top of the tractor here, and then the sides, and then we're kind of seeing the interior roof. So everything right here is kind of the interior roof and seeing through the back window of the tractor, you know, just for more sky. Doesn't really matter. So I'm gonna have her hair flowing this way, and then this leaves the whole smokestack area open for me to put fun stuff. See you later, Perrin. Thank you for stopping by. Oh, and then there's the steering wheel is right about here. And stuff like this big piece of metal right here, and I'm gonna put like some flames etched into right here. Kind of, I'm gonna put flames on this, what was it called again? I can't remember. This top part of the tractor wheel, I'm gonna put some flames in there for the Calgary Flames. Of course, it's not going to be the Calgary Flames logo by any means. I'm just gonna put flames painted into the tractor. And then here I'm gonna have some designs, and I'm gonna kind of bring Calgary in a little bit in different places. And you know, that's, ideas come to me as I'm working on it. But here I definitely want a big bull skull. Cattle is a big thing in Alberta. I think that works. Hey Kathy, I've been good. No, I don't think I'm gonna do hay in the mouth. Red X6, thank you for the follow. The Red Gamer, hi. So I'm kind of drawing through the fender here for her knee. This goes down to about here, And then this follows the line like this. And then in here, I mean, remember, these wheels are gigantic. And so they're sticking out very far from where the actual body of the tractor is. So back here is part of the door, but it's behind the smokestack and all this shit going on. And I was thinking of doing like some small, like broken off ends of a hockey stick. So like, okay, I'll make sure I do the hockey stick right. My husband has a fair few of them downstairs. But you know, something kind of like this. There's some hockey sticks, right, like that. I'm just gonna like use all the stereotypes. And then there still will be some lights, but I'm gonna make them really big and exaggerated lights, like huge ones, and maybe even turn them on, you know? So they'll be like really lit up all around as well. And then I'm gonna probably take the hockey sticks and like break off the ends, because obviously the sticks would just be ginormous. Or they can just be going off the page. I'll have to see. But here is the end of the bull's horns. And they connect onto the skull like that. The eyes are very much more on the side of the body, or side of the skull. Oh, that's a great idea, Mr. E. Love it. All right, and then because we're seeing her whole back here, I'll put a Zenescope logo embroidered into the back of her shirt. Kind of Harley Davidson and, you know, biker gang mixed with Mad Max, mixed with cowgirl / farm and Calgary in there for good measure. Yes, I'm an hour ahead. That's right, Eric. Sorry you forgot that. All right, and I believe that it's this eye. I'm gonna check. I'm gonna check real quick to confirm Robyn Hood's eye. Actually, I've done so many covers of her, I can find that myself. I'm just looking in my folders for a Robyn Hood cover. Yeah. And of course, everyone bear in mind, this is essentially a fantasy cover, right? I mean, no offense to anyone here in Calgary. I love Calgary, obviously. And everything on here is pending approval by Zenescope. It's very gracious of them to allow me to stream the process. That being said, they, of course, as the publisher and as the people hiring me to do this job, they have veto power on whatever I draw. So just so everyone is aware of that, and I put it out there in the open, just because I like something on here and want to keep it doesn't mean it's going to stay, and I'm okay with that. That is my job as an illustrator, is to present it to, you know, the client and see if they like it. All right, I'm just looking for a Robyn Hood cover. Hold, please. So if she was flipped around, yes, it would be this eye. Okay, happiness. And her eyes are green. Another good thing to remember. I think actually in the last cover that I did of her, I gave her a dimple as well. So yay, I can get away with it. Happiness. Well, you know, it's not even necessarily that they won't like something, but it's not appropriate for their book. It's not in keeping with their brand. You know, there's a lot of things that they have to think about that I don't, when I'm like, ooh, great idea. Let's just smoosh that on the page too, you know. All right, so this is the side. Just check how I drew the scar. The scar is going this way. All right, so the scar is going down that side of the eye. The reason why I drew the scar in is so that I remember I don't have to put an eye in there, which is glorious because I have a very hard time making both eyes look in the right place. This way I only have to worry about one and we are golden. Hey, Neil. All right, this is something I need to change. Do you see this? The mud flap thingy is meeting right up with her butt right there. And that looks really ridiculous. So obviously I don't feel that I need to move the actual tractor. I can just change the length of her shorts. So that's an easy fix. I'm doing great. Thank you so much. And thanks for joining in on the stream this time. So we're seeing part of the side of her body. Like this is the side of her rib cage. This is the side of her hips. And so we're seeing everything on an angle. And I will move her shorts down just a tiny bit so that the lines aren't perfectly meeting up. You know, when it does that, it can be a little jarring to the eye. You'll look at the cover and be like, oh, this is fine. But something about it, I don't know, it's just not really meshing with me. And you may not even be able to put your finger on what it is exactly that's really bugging you about her butt. But what it is that the shorts line and this fender line meet up perfectly. And that stuff can make you not even realize that you don't like it, but it can almost ruin something for you. So it's kind of my job to make sure there aren't lines meeting up like that shouldn't be. And sometimes you want to know where the side of the body is right here so that you can A, put the seam in the shorts, and B, so that you kind of know things can look really wide that actually aren't once you see how it's actually sitting on the body. And the angle of her shorts here is going to change because, you know, when you think of the pelvis bone, really, it's almost like a rectangle. And then it's covered with muscle and tissue and fat and all of that to make it look elliptical when you see a body from the top, right? But in its very base form, it's pretty much a rectangle. So you want to keep that in mind so that you know where things curve, especially for a situation where she's wearing shorts like this. You don't want to have the cuts in the wrong place. And the bending and rotating and how it's fitting over the body. Those are the things that you really want to have figured out, you know? So I know that this is kind of where her thigh will start. This is actually where her hip is. She's got some really freaking short shorts. They're like underwear size. So then this is her femur, and then it goes down into, this is where her knee is, and then it goes down into her calf, like that. And then the same on the other side. And because of the angle of where she is, it would be like that, and that's why this butt is a little bit higher and leg goes out this way. What's in the top corner right? Right now, right here? Up here is, well, at this point I've got a big flag planned for there. A big Calgary flag. Some kind of something. I'll make something up. The tractor is very much going to be tricked out. Oh, on the other side, I've got on the top of the tractor, on the roof of the tractor, I've got a big bull skull, and perhaps like make it skull and crossbones with a bull skull and some hockey sticks, because it's for Calgary. Jean shorts was what I was requested to have her in. You like that idea? Well, we'll see if it works. I pitched it to Zenescope and they were cool with it. So, you know, but you know, still, when I tell them that this is the idea and I give the pitch, they still have to see what it looks like. So we'll see. That's awesome, Neil. Okay, so the wheel is facing us a bit more. So there it goes like this and then kind of overlaps a little bit. So we'll see a lot more of the inside of the, I don't know, whatever you call it. The inside of the wheel where all the screws and bolts and shit are. Thank you, Mr. E. And I've got her leaning up against this part. I tried a few different positions with her arm. I actually put this metal thing, like this metal handle on the top of the fender here, as a place for her to hold on, just because I thought that might look good for her arm to hold on to. But then once I actually did it, her arm was almost completely parallel with the edges of the cover. And I thought that looked kind of bad in a lot of ways. It stiffened the piece up so fast. It was incredible. When you have these perfect parallel lines with the exterior of the cover or with other stuff in the cover, it just takes the whole piece and makes it look like they suddenly froze to stone. So I decided to put it back on the fender like I had it, but for now I'm planning to just keep this piece of metal because, you know, it's perfect. To have something that literally is there for no reason at all besides to just kind of look cool and break up the space a little bit, that's exactly what I'm trying to do. Hello, Shane. So, oh my God, you guys, I have the stiffest of stiff necks. It's incredible how stiff my neck is right now. Oh my God. So like I try to look down and I'm like, damn it. And I can't really look up. I don't know what I did. Okay, I do know what I did. I'm trying to like lift weights and I think I lifted some that might have been a little heavier than I should have, and I did something. Oh, I wish I could crack it so bad. Or are you not talking to me? But I would love to get my neck cracked right about now. Alright, I'm checking one of the other covers I did of Robyn Hood to see how long I drew her hair. Alright, so she has one eye, which is fabulous. Not quite looking at us. Okay, I lost all of my pencils just over the course of the convention year in 2018, but I love these. They're the Twisty Race by Pentel, size 0.9, but they are so great for sketching. And I just have your basic HB lead in it. And for me, they're really great. See, I really hate normal graphite pencils because they lose their sharpness so quick, and then you have to go sharpen them again, and then you get pencil shavings everywhere, and it's just super annoying for me. So I'm a real mechanical pencil girl. And I mostly use the 0.3 and the 0.9. I do have a 0.5, I use it sometimes, but the one I've never gotten into is 0.7. Had to go to the chiropractor after, yeah, for sure. Oh, believe me, Craig, I have tried everything today. And we have one of those big back roller sausage thingies. I'll show you guys. This thing. So this is amazing. You put it on the floor and you roll your back on it. Oh my God, I freaking love this thing. And I tried to use it and I kind of got stuck. Oh, thank you, Mr. E. Okay, so there we go. She's looking at us. I feel that the connection has been made. Boom. Now, her hair, because this side is really quite covered, there's not going to be a ton of hair happening over here. I'm just going to leave it pretty bare. And then this one, I will, I'll have her hair coming down a bit more. Maybe, I don't know, it might be too much to have a strand in the face like that. I think it is. I think that might be too much. Yeah. Oh, thank you, Mel. That's a great idea. I will try that. So this is the exterior edge of the tractor on that side. All here is window. This is the front of the tractor, and I want to put like big grooves and divots into like where the engine is. I think that would be fun. And then you see a bit more of the engine down here. Believe me, I had to hardcore learn about tractors. Just get Dan to walk on my back. Dan's a little too big. I think he might break my back. I usually use Lyndon for things like that. He's my 8-year-old. He's fantastic and very obliging to walk on mommy's back. Let's give her a little bandana around her neck. Bandana choker, something or other. And it'll turn, like your traps go up into your neck right here. And because we're seeing her from an angle, the traps would go up into what we're seeing of her neck. Yeah, maybe so. I don't know if a vest is gonna work here, or I'm gonna have to probably do something else, because if I do a vest and the vest is open, it's gonna make her whole chest area look very strange. Hey, Ashley! Now, during the Stampede here in Calgary, there's like Calgary Stampede flags going all over the place. So, obviously, for, I'd imagine, copyright reasons and licensing, I can't do the CS on there, but I'll put something. So I've drawn in her traps, and because her neck is turning, right? Your spine goes from your tailbone all the way up into the base of your skull, right? So because it's twisting, we're only seeing one side of her spine here, but I traced it all the way down to the base of her back right here, which is where I'd imagine her tailbone is. In order to make sure that everything meets up. Otherwise, it looks like the neck is in the wrong place. Okay, so I'm going to lighten up some of these lines now so I can start working on her outfit. And lines like this are so helpful as far as figuring out where things like belts would go. And because her hips are kind of being pulled up into her rib cage like this, like she's arching her back, right? The belt would kind of go, it would keep going this direction, even though her body is going that direction. Okay, and now I know, because I've put in the side line of her body, I know that this is where the seam would go, and generally where a belt loop would go as well. And then in the back of a pair of jeans, you know what, I'm gonna go grab a pair of my jeans that I literally never wear. Okay, here's my jeans. Yeah, hold please. All right, so I do own some jeans here, and I'm looking at the back of them for how the belt loops are and how the cut is. And most jeans are generally about the same as far as the stitching. Oh, thanks, Mel. I don't know if Zenescope would want to do that, but I can always bring it up to them. I think if anything, they'd probably prefer their logo on there. Since it isn't a Calgary Stampede cover. So I just put a Z on there for now. Yeah, I hadn't thought about putting the Zenescope logo there either, but yeah, you got me to think about it. So thank you. And I'll put the Zenescope logo on her back. And their logo is a dragon, so I'll put that on there. Okay, and then the shorts are pretty cut off, so there's not going to be a ton of room for pocket. But I'll still manage to fit it in somehow. They can just be a real teeny tiny little pocket. Or I'll make the base of the shorts just a little bit lower so that I can fit a pocket in. Otherwise, it starts to really not look like jean shorts at all. This is kind of the size of the pockets, so I'll get those in first. Ooh, and we made that logo together during Facebook Live about a year ago now for the Barbie cosplay of Robyn Hood, and we did the RH on her surfboard, and it'll work perfectly right here. And there's an arrow, like that. And you can see the arrow over here. The little grommets.
Do something scared of the outcome. I'm sorry to say this, but you aren't good for me. I'm about to change it.
Hey, David.
About to cut you all off. Sorry if you get hurt by it. I need to do this. I need to move with this. 'Cause I know
and you guys can kind of see how I break up the arm into segments. There's the shoulder part, the upper arm, and then the forearm, and then I just have done a little rectangle for her hand. And now from here I'll start refining it and putting in the details. And because this arm is pressing into this, it's pulling up this side of her body and then causing the other side to drop down. And I'm gonna have this hand kind of down here and probably holding on right there to the base of this little weird metal contraption I've put on the piece. So if she's holding on to it here, her arm would go back like that. Or maybe she'd hold on to it here. Something kind of like that. Oh, thanks, David. because I actually don't really want her other arm back here so much. I kind of want her body to be turning away from us, and then as such we wouldn't really see this arm unless I were to put it back like that, which I don't think I want to do. Anyway, but I'll keep it in mind. Hey Gabriel, how's it going? Oh, I'm doing great. Thank you so much. Just working on a Robyn Hood cover for Zenescope Entertainment right now, and I'm working on the Calgary Exclusive cover. Alright, now I'm going to look up the Zenescope logo, make sure I have that correct. Zenescope logo, here we go. No, thank you so much, Mr. E. Okay, so the dragon's head is off to one side. And then it kind of curls like this. And then goes off to this side. And then has two little curls down in the center. And the wings go like this. Oh, thanks you guys. So I want to have the Zenescope logo embroidered on her back. And she'll be wearing like some kind of vest or a shirt or something that will work. And now of course the easiest to do right now for her, the way her body's turning, for us to still be able to see everything and that it looks nice and hugs her body nicely, is if I do your typical button-up shirt tied. And then I would just have it, again, maybe with the sleeves rolled up to about here, and then I can give her some fun bracelets and stuff right here. And then we'll still be able to see her forearm. So I'm thinking tentatively something like that. Still though, there would be some seam right here. And then there would be another seam going under her armpit right there. What did I do with Sherlock? I added some fun drawing on top of him. I'm gonna get a few more pictures and add them in of Sherlock for fun. And then here would be her collar. And then I'm gonna give her a little choker thingy. And I'll do one of those little bandana tie things, and then one side could be coming over her back, and then the other one would just be under her chin somewhere. Like that. Just gives some fun additional bits of detail. And I'm gonna exaggerate the size of it a little bit. And then here's the Zenescope logo. Her other arm that's kind of going back like that. And then this arm that's coming forward. And we'd see one tie that's happening under her bust, which technically it wouldn't be happening till about back here in between her bust. Say we're seeing it through. But I'm just gonna have us seeing part of it sticking out anyway, because I think it looks nice and it helps add a bit of dimension and interest onto the piece. Yes, I'm gonna be coloring this. My goal right now is to have this piece inked by end of day on Sunday. Now, that's fingers crossed and really hoping it'll work out. And then once this piece is done and inked, I'm hoping on Monday it'll be off for flats. And then next week I will be doing all the coloring. And again, I can live stream the process. Thank you, Zenescope. So I'll be showing you guys that for whoever can make it next week. Okay, so I don't need the jeans anymore. And I'm gonna have her ear covered by hair. I just put the ear in because it helps me set up the face and remember where everything needs to be, especially the sides of the hat. But now that I've got that in, I don't have to worry about it anymore, and I can just start putting in her hair. And with hair, I always start by just throwing a bunch of lines around, and then I will refine it as time goes on. And for those of you who are just getting on the stream, I decided to have her hair curling back this way because I want to put designs on the smokestack. So right here in the back is not a very important part of the piece. It's literally just more tractor, but kind of the windows of the tractor, like the front side and back window, which you don't need to see anything in there. The steering wheel is here, you know, all the important, yes, this is a tractor elements are gonna be on this side. So her hair going back over here and covering up some of this stuff is fine because it's an unimportant place. Oh, Zenescope does explain to me what they're looking for. But as far as exact short length, that was me coming up with it. You want to have it cut on the butt in a way that looks really flattering to a butt. So yeah, not to spend forever talking about the aesthetics of a butt, but yeah, you do want to have them cutting in such a way that actually looks nice. If I were to cut them completely straight across, it doesn't flatter the roundness of a booty. Thank you, Gabriel. I haven't decided on the tractor color yet, Adam. Zenescope is really awesome, and you know, so many of the publishers that I work with really are. They give me a lot of leeway as far as, you know, they'll tell me what they're looking for, and they wanted her with a tractor in a sexy pose, booty-focused cover. From there, I have a lot of artistic liberty as far as what to do beyond that. So like I want to trick out the tractor. I want to give her, you know, Zenescope logo on the back. All of that stuff I have artistic liberty on. And then in a lot of cases, I'll just be given, we want to cover for this thing, and in this kind of setting, draw what you want. So, you know, it really depends on the project, and kind of also from a publisher's perspective, they have to think about the covers that they've done in previous years and what has been focused on, and, you know, then telling me, okay, for this year we have X planned, that kind of thing. Hey Keeman, I'm working on a cover for Calgary Expo 2019 for Zenescope. So it's their exclusive cover for the Comic-Con, and I'm working on a Robyn Hood, which is a character from Zenescope, and I'm doing her as a cowgirl slash farm girl with a tractor. Not yet, Kathy, but things take quite a while to come here. So I'm sure I will at some point. All right, so now what I do is I erase these lines and I start refining them. And I'm going to do that you can see a little bit of the bottom of her earlobe peeking through right there, because I do want to make sure that her face does look like it's connecting to her head. Chris Yeet, thank you so much. The best tip I can give is to just start drawing, start practicing, get some art books on, you know, getting you started with anatomy, stuff like that, and then literally just start. I'd say that one of the biggest enemies to being an artist is the like procrastinating and wanting everything to be perfect before you start, and it can be crippling, that feeling. So literally just grab a pencil and a piece of paper and start, and then you'll get back in the groove. And also, I mean, you're in such a good place, Chris, because Twitch has so many artists with so many different varying styles that, you know, you can just learn so much. I mean, there's even no need to go get into an art school or something like that when you literally have a million free teachers on Twitch to tell you things or to explain stuff, and you can see things in action rather than just being taught by hypothetical, you know, and that is really an amazing thing about Twitch. And you're kind of in the perfect place to get back in the groove with art, in my opinion. No, thank you, Mr. E. Yeah, I hear you on that one, Chris. Art is very time consuming. One thing you can do, if you have a TV show that you like to watch, just, you know, make it that the times that you're going to watch TV are the times that you're going to sit and doodle while you watch, and then you're getting practice and your chill time at the same time. That's what I do. Not all TV shows work well with drawing, because some shows you really need to actually be watching them, but there are a very good variety of shows that you don't necessarily have to be watching constantly. And there's a surprisingly large amount of them. So that's what I do, is if I've got a deadline and I'm trying to stay awake, for instance, to meet it, I'll have TV going in the background. Netflix is my savior. Praise be to Netflix. Oh, well, thank you, Chris. Well, then you're in a perfect position. Have the streams going on the side and draw along, and then it's great. Hello, Banff. Nice to talk with you. You draw while you're in the bus loop at your kid's school. Oh, wow, that's cool, Tim. Yeah. Well, I go through my like phases. There's only so much music I can listen to in one shot, or I can do music for a whole day and then I've kind of had enough. But that's probably because I don't know, my range of music that I like is not very wide. And then as such, I will listen to my same playlist a few times through, and then I'm done. Good evening, Philip. How's it going? Oh, that's so great, Bok Choy. There we go. Her hair isn't particularly long, so that's about as much as is needed for Robyn's hair. Oh, yay! Thank you, Jeff, and hi! Okay, so the Zenescope logo has three indentations in it. And then it goes like this, and there's the head of the dragon. And there's one little tiny arm going like so. And another little tiny arm going like so. Okay. So I'm lightening my lines now so that I can go in and clean them up and refine them. So as I'm kind of happy with one part and I consider it done as far as the placement of my final sketch line, I'm gonna clean it up just a little bit. It sort of helps to take some of the guesswork out of doing the final. That sounds really cool, Mr. E. So I'm pretty sure that this is just going to remain the sketch, and then I'll transfer it to board, so like another piece of 11 by 17, and do the final draw and the inks. Traditional inks for this one, that's right. Now with wrinkles in the cloth, you want to bear in mind where things are being pulled and where they're being pulled from. So in this case, because her arm is forward, right here is really going to be a cinch point. And because the lines, she's pulling pretty hard on her shirt, they're not going to be big, thick bumps and wrinkles. They're really thin little ones, like that. And then it's being pulled from the back here too. And then there'll be some shading in here to indicate that this is kind of, the cloth isn't even touching her arm right here, and then it reconnects to her arm like that. And then it's rolled up, so this is her rolled sleeves. And then here's her elbow. The base of her forearm, and this is the front of her forearm, or the top. And when you feel your forearm, it gets narrower right above your elbow and then gets wider where the muscle of your forearm begins right here. How was my Valentine? It was great. Thank you, Philip. Okay, and then I bend it like this. And how was yours? See you later, Wayne. Have a good one. Stay warm. Oh, good. I'm glad yours was good, Philip. Okay, and like usual, I start by drawing in the full knuckles. So I draw in like a triangle for the knuckles, or a diamond shape. And then we wouldn't be seeing all of the fingers. They're sort of rounding over the top of the ridge of this, because it's a few different little like etches and it kind of rounds a little bit. So that gives me the ability to have her hand resting sort of on here. And then here's the little wrist bone. So I have that worked out and I know where it is. This, you know, this little bone right here on your wrist. Richie, hi! Oh, okay, thank you, Keeman. Oh no, I'm so sorry, Richie. Oh my God, that isn't good. Yikes. Now, because we are seeing her from a little bit of a lower angle, there is more thigh to see than it, you know, if you were seeing her from above, her thighs would be shortened. Because we're seeing her from a little bit of a lower angle, her thighs are going to seem quite long. You love the lower angle. Yay, Gabriel. Okay, now because of the way that she's moving, her legs would be quite, almost like her knee would be locked a little bit, and that brings in energy. You know, if I soften her knee and kind of bend it a little bit or whatever, it doesn't have that like pow energy of like, yes, I'm standing here sort of thing. So I am bending her knee and using a little bit of force to be pushing back into her leg. I don't know if that makes much sense, but I'm trying to use some force here to make the piece look a bit more dynamic. Thank you, Philip. And now, because I moved the shorts down a little bit, this rear bumper fender thingy isn't going to be touching and meeting up perfectly with her shorts. And that's important. You don't want things meeting up perfectly where like the edge of the shorts meets the edge of the fender. And that's what I had initially. So I erased it and changed her shorts because I can't really change the size of the tractor. And I want to make this look like some serious pipes with almost steampunk it up a little bit. And this whole section I just added in. So I'm going to be adding in a bunch of stuff to the tractor to just make it look a bit more interesting and fun. Perfect, Mr. E. Thank you. That makes me so happy to hear. Hello, Setai Maru. Yes, I do remember what my very first Zenescope cover was. Let me find it. It was Down the Rabbit Hole, issue 3. And let me see. I'm not sure what cover if it was cover A, B, C, D. But it's Down the Rabbit Hole, and Alice is looking in the mirror, seeing her reflection. Let's see what date this was. 2012. The first work I did for Zenescope was some interior pages on Wonderland 2012 annual. Oh! Lord to Fly? It was cover B? Okay, thank you. All right, so this part looks kind of bare, and it's hard to sort of tell where her body is moving and all of that, but I'll be putting in a lot of shading all in here. So even though it's quite blank right now, it'll have form and it'll be skin, so I can mold it with shadow and kind of show you where her muscles are and, you know, where her rib cage is and all of that stuff by taking care of it in shading. Oh man, I didn't even think of this, but the direction of her hair flowing this way is perfect because I need the space for the flags also flowing this way. So the wind direction is like this, and then the eye view is from about down here. Down here. Justin, hello! You have that cover, Lord to Fly? Thank you so much! Oh my god! Caesar Cabaret Caesarg Cabaret Rap or something. I'm sorry if I just completely mutilated your name. Thank you so much for the follow. NyQuil and Dayquil as well. Oh my god. Oh, Swift Hands, Quick Feet. Thank you for the follow as well. I really appreciate them, you guys. And if you are interested in more about my work and stuff, scroll down and you can subscribe to my email list. I don't have subscriptions set up on Twitch, but I do have an email list. It is completely free, and I talk a bit more about like the weekly projects and how things are done in the process. I have prints and art books and stuff like that on my website, so feel free to scroll down and that's where you can find all of that stuff. Ah, Cesar Cabrera, is that right? Hello. So the thing with the tractor and tricking it out is I can't do these timid ass little fucking whatever that is. I need to go exaggerated. I need to make, if I'm doing any kind of pipe connections or stuff like that, I need to go all out. What's this timid ass fucking shit? That looks really bad. So I need to go all out, and I have to force myself to think outside the like, well, that's not realistic. That isn't really how a tractor would look. Who gives a shit? This is to make it fun. This is to make the cover interesting with interesting stuff to look at. Yes, it's a tractor 100%, but that doesn't mean we can't trick the shit out of it. That's great, Justin. Philip, thank you so much. You're always right there to help me with Moobot. I love you. Yeah, fantasy tractor. We're just gonna go nuts on it. You know, and it's just a matter of like coming up with cool things that don't look stupid. But, you know, it's a pretty fun job to have, to just add all kinds of crazy things to it. That's right, Justin. Thank you, Gabriel. So much love to you. And it's really something I'm trying to work on in my art, is to not be so literal. I find myself getting too literal on something. It's like, you know, oh, well, it needs to look like the perfect tractor. Maybe I should choose a particular one and keep it to spec and all of that stuff. And that doesn't make it fun for people to look at, you know? Zenescope has amazing fantasy worlds that I can play in, and yet, you know, my temptation is to just illustrate a tractor. So I'm trying to like get out of that mindset and get into like making it as interesting to look at as possible. It isn't just about drawing her, it's about the tractor is the supporting character. Let's make it cool. Oh, hey, Kara. I am going to ink it, yes. So right now I'm working on my sketch. It is a cover for Zenescope. It's an exclusive for the Calgary Comic-Con that's happening in April. So I'm a month ahead of my deadline right now. Whoop, whoop. Because my deadline is right over Emerald City Comic-Con, so I'm working in advance. And yeah, this is for Zenescope, and so after I'm done with the sketch, I send it to Zenescope again, and they will look it over. If they approve it, then I can carry on. You're awesome, Justin. I hear you, Kara. Do you have to go out today? Oh my God, I'm so sorry, love. So are you almost done with work though? Oh, thank you, Cesar. So I'm just getting the other flag figured out here. And the whole piece is kind of rotating like this, meaning that the base of the flag on this side would be approximately right here. But then it can start to flip around and do the whole flag thing, and that's great. It fills up all this extra space up here, and then through the windows and everything I'll just put some nice Calgary sky. true. 5 minutes, I'm ready to leave. Yeah, I'm with you, Kara. It is so cold right now. Oh my God. And I'm working out in the garage. I feel very proud of myself for that. Because it's freezing. Richie, you know what? I don't always count the time because for me, really, it takes what it takes. If I have to stay up all night because something is just not working for me, so be it. But I did time myself one time working on a cover, and it took me 13 hours from sketch to final. And that's excluding the time I was waiting for approvals, but like drawing time, because I did it all on Facebook Live. So I just tallied up the time, and it was 13 hours. And so that was with reading comments, and that slowed me down a little bit. Let's say I'd cut out 2 hours for that, and it would take me 11 to draw it, more or less. Thank you, Louie. Okay, you want to hear a gross thing that I think is so yummy, Mr. E? I love the turkey sandwich meat, right? And you take a little bit of sweet relish and put it right down the center. So like pretend this is my piece of turkey sandwich meat. Put a little bit of sweet relish in the middle and then a bunch of sriracha sauce and roll it up and eat that. It's so good. And I know most people are gonna be like, that's disgusting. You're welcome. It's so yummy. I love it. I've liked it for years. Comment last night about finishing something about the head of schedule. Okay, yeah, for sure. Yeah, I allot myself a decent amount of time just because some things take longer and coloring takes me longer right now. Yeah, it's like spicy turkey, that's right. So yeah, it really just depends on the piece. And some pieces, like for me, it's the coloring and the patches that really slow me down. If I don't have to do alternate outfits and stuff like that, and you can just finish a cover straight up and color it one time, 13 hours. Oh, so you're fine, Mystery. Awesome. Oh, wow. That sounds so weird, Craig. Is it like sweet custard? Oh, thank you, Kylie. I don't really draw bull skulls very often, so this is a new one for me. I'll have to check and make sure I'm actually drawing this correctly. Oh my god. That sounds absolutely disgusting, Arrow. But I can't get on a high horse since I just said how much I love pickled relish. Oh, yay! Congratulations, Gross God! Jam and cheese sandwiches, ew. Hey, The Artist's Life. Honestly, I mean, people can correct me if I'm wrong, but Calgary, I don't think does a ton of wheat farming or anything. Yes, Cesar, that's for Zenescope. Good catch. So we've gone to food. We have digressed. All right, be safe, Kara. I tried the whole dipping salty, you know, like nuggets or fries into shakes, and I just can't do it. I like my milkshakes just pure milkshake. Like, I don't even like it when they put the whipped cream on top. Just please give me a plain ass milkshake. Ah, the neck. Just erasing some of the perspective lines I have in here. Make sure everything is meeting up correctly. What's my favorite kind of milkshake? I love chocolate milkshakes. Or mocha milkshakes, those are really good too. I like salted caramel. I'm with your son there, Kylie. Oh, Jamie Odell, thank you so much for your kind comment. All right, let me see. Did you do a lot of gesture drawing? Yeah, a lot of gesture drawing, a lot of just drawing everything. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. I have to be honest though, a lot of my practice came on the job. So you get extra practice by getting assigned to draw, say, tractors, for instance, which I have never drawn before. Diabetelicious. That is a word I've never heard before, Justin. Aw, thank you, Gabriel. Yeah, but I don't think that this stuff here looks demonic enough. My whole idea of making it look kind of like steampunk pipes is not working for me. I want to make it a little bit more demonic looking. A little bit more spikes and gnarly stuff as opposed to, you know, pipes. Thank you so much, Cliche in a Trench. I really appreciate you following me. Alright, I need to look up a hockey stick. How very bad Canadian of me. Oh, very true, Justin. It's Friday for us. It's probably Saturday for Kylie. She lives in the future, remember? Okay, hockey stick. There we go. I knew I was making it look a little weird. Fail of a Canadian at the moment. Oh, goddammit. All right. So I just need to soften the bend a little bit on this. This is the roof of the tractor. And it's a little bit wider here. I might put like a huge light right here, which I'm aware it's being covered by part of the bull's horns, but I don't care. Because I want these lights on. I think that'll look so cool. That basically, you know, there's just lights all over the place. Like technically, I believe that a tractor has lights here and a few more over here and possibly even some right by her face. But I'm probably not gonna put those there. It's just gonna make her look in silhouette and the lights too bright by her face. I think I'm on week 3.5 for like no sugar and no carbs. No obvious carbs. I'm sure there's carbs in vegetables. And I'm missing it. I want like a stack of buttered bread with jam. Yeah, I don't know what Kylie's saying either. We'll have to look it up. All right, so that's for lights. And this is for hockey stick. This is the center of the window here, the windshield of the tractor. Oh, okay.
Wherever love goes, there is also misery. It's no
No, yeah, I know, Louis. It's awesome.
all the pain. My love it grows with the memories like a symphony.
Okay, good. This part is ready. Now I'm gonna lighten the lines and clean it up.
And when you're alone, do you say my name or you say her name? My love it grows with the memories like a symphony. You and I, we got history. Wherever love flows, there is also tragedy. When we're in too deep, you and I, we got history.
Alright, I'm gonna get the horns in. I'm actually gonna put the hockey sticks, I think, under the bull's horns, not on top. Replace the horns with hockey sticks. Also doable. Actually, this horn needs to come down a little further. I had a feeling it wasn't in proper perspective. Okay, so this is the line, meaning that it needs to go a little bit further down like that. I'm just kind of doing this part from memory. I'll need to go check and confirm that this bull skull is looking correct. Though I generally do take some artistic liberties on the eye sockets for most skull things because they're just so big and round and they end up looking really sweet, which is not an aesthetic I'm going for here. So I usually do make them a little bit more angry looking. Put a bullet in the middle of the horns, like instead of the skull, Cesar? And then, of course, like usual, it'll have hockey tape all over it. Gross God, I am using just your very simple pencil. This is a Pentel Twisty Race. I got it off of Amazon and it's 0.9, which I like to use for sketching. And putting the hockey tape on it makes it look a bit more badass. Oh, good evening, Lee. No, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm digital coloring this one, Arrow. Hey, Sketchy McSketchington. So I'm breaking off the hockey sticks a little bit. Like that. Well, I'll be doing the inks on Sunday, Cesar, at this same time, if you're around. So I'm adding in some just decor bits on the tractor. And this is just some divots. Maybe I'll make it all kind of flamey on the inside. Little Derpy Plays, thank you so much for the follow. All right, so in order for me to get all the flames that I want on this smokestack, or exhaust really is what it is, I'm gonna get the perspective lines and just basic rings placed in first. And as we're seeing it more straight on, like the rings are a little bit more rounded up towards the top because they're further away from us. So this perspective is becoming a little bit more pinched and forced as it goes away. Think of like a triangle, and all of this is gonna meet way up there, right? But as it gets closer to us down here, the lines start to go straighter. And once it's under our line of sight, then we would start seeing them rounding the other way, which will be just barely any of it, like that. Now, I'm not going to have any flames going across these rings precisely, but it helps me keep the 3D effect in the forefront of my brain, so I don't accidentally make it look concave or something, which would really suck. And I'm just cleaning up as I go. Oh, that's awesome, Kylie. Yay. Yeah, definitely go eat something. I'm gonna be on for another half hour, so you won't miss anything. Fairy bread. Perfect. Oh, that makes a lot of sense, Kylie. That's really smart. Yeah, I hear you. I'm gonna have to lightbox this one because it's just such a mess. Oh, is anyone on here going to the Zenescope VIP event in the summer? Aw, sorry, Justin. Oh my god, Arrow, that is so, I mean, Craig, that is so mean. Please, no. See you later, Richie, and I hope your family feels better soon. Yeah, I really should, Arrow. It's just ridiculous. That's cruelty. Mr. E, that is so mean. Oh my god. All right, so now I need to start working on her hat. And I want to have a little bit of a design on the front here. I think something that is Zenescope / Robyn Hood related is the best thing to do. Where's the hat? Here's the hat. Oh, thank you, Kylie. You haven't seen Pulp Fiction, Justin? Oh my god, it's amazing. Must see. Clearly, Justin. Aw, thank you so much, Kara. Yay! That might make it look a little bit too much like a firefighter hat, so I'm gonna take that off. Her hat might just be good enough with, like, you know, a little string on it, and that's it. Yeah, that's better. Just something simple. Oh my god, that's funny, Justin. Well, for now I'm gonna leave it plain, and I'll think about all your guys' suggestions. Thank you. Oh, so sorry, Kara. I might be changing my mind about this. I'm thinking about the arrows and stuff like that. I'm not entirely sure. But thank you all so much for the suggestions. I really appreciate it. See you later, Kara. All right, guys. Well, it is almost time for me to go. So I was thinking maybe we could raid someone. Does anybody have any suggestions of someone to raid? And I'll be back again on Sunday to continue working on this one. So I guess I'll keep you all posted as far as what time. But for now, tentatively, the plan is I'm going to go live again at 4:30 p.m. MST, which is my Mountain Standard Time. It's where I live. But yeah, that's my plan. And so I'll keep working on the sketch. I'll hopefully be working on the inks with you guys on Sunday. All right, well, I guess I'll take a look at who all is around and see. And I'm not sure about her arm. I'm going to keep testing things and just see what looks right, what works, and try to get something good in there. And then down here, I plan to, I don't know, give it some spike coming out or something like that to just make it look interesting. And then it's pretty much just going to be the tires here. Because kind of having big tires is a very big factor of being a tractor. Ouch, Justin, that's awful. Oh my God. Oh, Shrizzle, thank you so much for the follow. Yeah, Shillin is streaming, and then there's someone called Oxcoxa, Oxcoxa, and that person is streaming right now. So I was thinking maybe to go to them. I've been working on finding more people to go follow, so that I can see artists online when it's time to raid, because that really makes a difference as far as raiding somebody. If I'm following enough people to actually see someone online. And there's someone called Nayachi. And, oh, she's an artist from Mexico. She has super awesome, cute art. At least from what I'm seeing right now, she's working on some emojis. Who's that? There's NYACCHII. Or this one's doing some painting. I'm just taking a look around, see what everybody's doing.
Are you ready?
Okay, well, I'm gonna keep an eye out. Let's just see about doing this. Now, I think I'm gonna have to be pretty out there. And the problem is I didn't plan on putting an arm back here, and it's gonna be outside of the safety zone. But it does help to distribute the weight a little bit, and then it doesn't look like she's trying to push the tractor over, which also I'm not trying to do that with her body. So that's why I'm gonna need to look at this, give it the critical hairy eyeball for a while over the weekend, and make sure that I put that other arm somewhere that it's not distracting or detracting from her in any way. Also, there is the thing that she doesn't have to have her second arm visible, or I can put it here. Yes, that's right, Justin. And that's kind of where I was initially. I'm either going to have her hand here holding on to the tractor, or I can put it on her hip like this. And so sometimes it just helps to try it and see, you know, so that I won't always be second guessing, which I will do this kind of stuff to myself. Every time someone brings me the cover to sign, I'll be like, should I have put the arm in the other place? And I'll think it every time. So at least this way I can test it out on a page that's covered in scribbles and see how it looks. So I'm going to test it out, put her arm in a few different places before I go too far on filling out the details here, or it's just too late and then I'm having to erase my little mistakes afterwards and it looks terrible. Yes. Okay. What does everybody think? Who do you want? Never even first guessed. You're amazing, Justin. Okay. Does anybody have any requests? Symbiote, hey. Okay. I'd say let's raid. I'm gonna look up one other person that's online right now. All right, let's raid this person called Oxcoa. I really like the look of their art. All right, so here we go. Raid. Thank you all so much for hanging out with me. This has been great. A lot got done. I so appreciate you all. You are so much fun. Thank you so very much. Bug killers. All right, I'm going to take a look. Oh, yay, I'm glad. Who is bug killers? I don't see any channels called bug killers. All right, I'll talk to you all later. I'm gonna go raid, and whoever wants to join me, please do so. We're gonna raid Oxcoa. Love you all a ton. See you later. Thank you so much for hanging out with me, and I see what you meant, Mr. E. You're awesome. Have a great night, everybody. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. I'll see you on Sunday. Mwah.